All right, Coach. 3-0 win in your first scrimmage here. 4-0. Oh yeah, you got that goal late. Sorry, I was walking down the tunnel here. 4-0 win in the first scrimmage here. How overall impressions from tonight of your team?
Well, I think given the things that we've worked on since the winter, even though we won 4-0, I was most impressed with our ability to defend collectively. And the effort to close down players, the effort to get back in behind the ball, that to me was what was our priority today, is to see if we could actually defend collectively. And from there, winning the ball gives us more opportunities to attack, and so I think they accomplished that. I was a little disappointed in our offensive effort in the first half, especially when we went a man up playing against 10, that we didn't have the ability to combine to get behind Fresno Pacific, but that changed in the second half, and that really was the difference for us, is our ability to hold the ball, keep the ball a little bit more, and then combine to get behind the goals. And the 3 goals they scored in the second half are outstanding.
They came out tough and played pretty physical in that first half, especially the first 10-15 minutes there, where your team kind of seemed like had to take a restock kind of almost in terms of like the physicality of the game and kind of get into it a little bit.
Well, this is one of the things we've been trying to get across, is that the Big West especially is a league that is incredibly athletic and incredibly physical. And if we're not willing to match that physicality, the opponent's going to come up with a ball. So aside from playing attractive and effective soccer, we want to be able to defend well, win balls, play hard, play aggressive, and we made tremendous progress in that area tonight.
Yeah, did them going down to 10 men hurt you guys at all in terms of trying what you wanted to see? You know, it's a scrimmage, so you're trying to see different players and so forth.
Yeah, in an exhibition game, you don't like to see any player get thrown out, you know, because it changes things. But you're going to have situations where you're going to have to play against 10, or where you're going to play with 10, and so you have to be able to tactically figure it out. Where do you place the extra man? Where do you put the extra pressure? You know, and it allowed us an opportunity to work on that. Would I have preferred for them to play with 11 the entire game? Absolutely.
Sure. Injuries right now for you guys. You had a lot of players who didn't play. Of course, the scrimmage at the beginning of the year, so maybe some of them might have played if it wasn't a scrimmage. But can you give me kind of an update about who's banged up?
Yeah, well, we actually had Justin Dillon didn't play tonight, didn't suit tonight. Sean Dillon is still unavailable. Johnny Chronopoulos is still unavailable to play for us. We have a number of nagging injuries that, with another week's time, possibly they'll be 95, 100%. Chase Minter's got a little bit of a groin situation. We didn't want to take a risk, so that's why he came off the field a little bit earlier.
Right.
Kaba, had an ankle injury that he finally, nursed back to health. So we were able to get him minutes tonight. So I would say, most of the players are pretty close to being 100% fit, but we still have 4 or 5 that have serious enough injuries that are going to keep them out of the first 3 or 4 games of the season.
Guys who impressed you tonight?
Matt LaGrasse, I thought, played awesome. I thought he was very impressive. And I was very happy with Austin Wilcox in the midfield. Ruben Durant played exceptionally well in the midfield. I think Kip Colby is one of the most underrated outside backs in the country and deserves, so much more credit than what he is getting, because he is so effective on the field as a defender and as an attacker. Chase had great moments. But overall, I would say the two, 3 players that impressed me the most today were Ruben, Matt LaGrasse, and Kip Colby.
Yeah. How about guys who maybe came in late? Talk about the last goal there.
Yeah, well, Jared, we know that he has great ability and great speed. The question is, does he have the ability to combine with the field? Well, he proved that today with Ron. And it was so exciting to see him share that ball. It was absolutely the perfect pass to make, because he had drawn the goalkeeper, drawn the defender, slipped the ball inside to Ron. Ron literally spent an entire year of rehabilitation. This is his first game for Cal Poly and his first goal for Cal Poly. So that's why the celebration was so intense on the sideline, was because Ron had worked so hard for that, and it was, for me, a real special moment, and for him, of course.
Season opener next week. What do you guys have to improve on between now and then?
Yeah, I think we have to continue to work on the defensive side of our game. We have to continue to improve on our ability to keep and hold the ball under pressure. At times we made some very poor decisions under pressure against a very good Fresno Pacific team. If that team had stayed with 11, I mean, that team made the NCAA playoffs last year, even though it was D2, considered one of the best D2 programs in the country. You know, and so I really believe that you know, they put a lot of pressure on us early in the first half, and it showed some weaknesses, things that we have to work on in the next 4 or 5 days. So UNLV is a very disciplined team, well coached, and so I just think that defensively we have to continue our progress there, of closing down, getting in behind the ball, and then creating goal-scoring chances instead of trying to play hopeful soccer, playing balls, you know, haphazardly behind the defense.
Which is kind of the second half you kind of started to create some tonight.
We actually played good soccer. That's the kind of effective, attractive soccer that I want Cal Poly to be known for.
Great.